Testing, testing, testing. I'm testing the mobile rig. This is What's Up Dave for March 13th, Monday. Just waiting for the stream to come online. I'm using the FaceTime camera on my MacBook, which is not quite as good as the other one, and I'm using the mobile field recorder. And I just lost my volume control. Let's see if this is working. I don't hear anything. Is this working? What's up with that? That's probably because of this. Alright, so we do have a video going. So it's this is my What's Up Dave. This is the one before I go traveling. I'll be going to Taiwan soon. House is almost prepped. Last minute checks. House sitters have the key. Cats need pettings. Just need to. I'm going to try to get a haircut. Take out some cash from the bank, so I have some traveling money. And I think that's about it. There's not a whole lot going on. I'll be in Taiwan visiting my dad and some relatives in Taipei. Traveling with my friend Alan and his family, and some of his friends from, I guess, years past. So this should be interesting. I'm not exactly looking forward to this trip because there's a lot of stuff going on here that I have to suspend for quite a while. But I'll try to make the best of it and try to tell that little kid part of me that doesn't want to go. That says, "I'll be fine. It'll be great. Maybe I'll make friends. Yeah, it won't be terrible. You won't get stomach flu, stuff like that." So it'll be an interesting break away from here. It's like kind of irritating to have to suspend everything. But I'll figure out what I can do work remotely. The last time I went to Taiwan about a year ago I discovered that I wasn't a digital nomad. That was one of the goals of traveling to Taiwan for like every year to see my dad, which is a relatively new thing. I think it's bouncing up and down. I thought maybe this was a good opportunity to learn how to be a digital nomad, how to work remotely. I have my basically my whole computer setup is portable, pretty portable. I have the field recorder and everything. I've got all my graphic software here. I just have a camera, and I even bringing the DSLR. This time I'm just bringing this iPhone SE, and I could do anything from anywhere at this point. But then I discovered I didn't like traveling as much as I thought I would. I've traveled before, because of family stuff, but this has been the first time I was going for my own reasons. And what it comes down to is I'm kind of a homebody. I like to be around my gear, and I like to be in a comfortable working environment. Working remotely is kind of uncomfortable for me. I've got all these monitors on arms and everything at the ergonomic distances and heights for things. So, what do I do with that information? So this time I'm also going back and not worrying so much about the cultural differences, because I'm ethnically Taiwanese. Whenever I've been over there, and I've spent many years there when I was a kid. I was born in New Jersey, went over to Taiwan when I was pretty young, maybe 9, then came back from the States for college, went to an American school in Taipei American School, which used to be an armed forces school before 1979. But anyway, when I was there, I always felt that I was kind of a failed Taiwanese because I couldn't speak the language, and I looked different, I acted different, I sounded different, and so I felt very much not so much in the school, but actually there as well. But because I look like this and I can't speak like that, never felt comfortable. Always felt like I was falling short of expectations culturally. And it was a lot to grow up with. I'm realizing now. I just felt bad all the time. Not in a oppressed kind of way, but just kind of, didn't do anything for my sense of self until I got back to the States, and then I went through another round of culture shock because I'd missed the past 10 years of society in the United States when I went into college, which is another new environment, and I went to a tech school, so. I've been sort of on this path of being an outsider for such a long time that I've kind of internalized it. And going back to Taiwan is very much kind of a revisiting of all those old feelings, and it's like my body is rebelling against it. It's like, why do you want to go there? So I'm kind of forcing myself there. But this time I'm not gonna try not to worry about it so much, and I'm just gonna be like, the English speaking, I don't know. Maybe this is what Irish people from the United States feel like when they go to Ireland. I guess they can speak the language, but I don't know. Is Irish English sound any different? Well, there might be that feeling of same disconnection, like a sense of having lost something or being kind of related to something, but having lost it. People look at you like you've lost your culture. What's wrong with you? But those people are coming from a place where they're in their dominant culture. My dominant culture is here. So I might as well bring it with me. When I was a kid, what I clung to was my sense of Americanness, because it was the mainstream otherness that I could kind of like wrap myself around. So I was like resistant to learning Chinese, and I was like so happy to come back to here. But I would say that one thing I miss being here in the States is that there's that international community, that kind of feeling that we tended to have at least for the expatriate community. So, I don't know. So if looking like I should be able to do something and not being able to do it probably has affected my way of thinking about personal competence as well. Letting other people judge me or feeling that other people are judging me for things they believe I should be able to do. Like in Taiwan, it was like learning to speak. It was being able to speak Taiwanese or Chinese, which are two very different languages. Kind of like the difference between English in the States and English in Scotland. And then when I came back to the United States, being expected to know things like, well, how do you order a pizza on the telephone? You can do that? That's great. I mean, you see it in movies, but the experience of ordering your first pizza is like, well, what kinds of options are there? And people look at you like you have two heads. You've never ordered a pizza before? So letting those people who have that, I guess, that monocultural outlook on things affect the way I feel about myself is like not a healthy thing, I think. But I was a very sensitive kid. I'm still a pretty, I would say, I can read emotion pretty well, even when it's being masked. So I was always very sensitive to that. So this will be a test to see if I can overcome that on this trip and have a good time. Although my body is reacting to it. It's saying you don't want to go. It's like that feeling I get when I'm near deep water. Intellectually, I know it's going to be okay. But there's there's that 9-year-old boy in me that's not wanting to, which is very weird. I usually don't feel like this, so it'll be good to face those demons and knock those down. So anyway, I hope the audio quality for this is good. I'm just kind of holding it like this. I don't have the pop filter on this as I ordinarily would do, but we'll see how it goes. So getting ready for the trip. Gonna go get my hair cut. I mean, this is as long as it's grown, so just clean it up a bit. And next time I'll be in Taiwan, broadcasting live streaming from, hopefully from a decent internet connection somewhere in Taipei. So have a good week. Wish me luck for everything, and I'll talk to you soon.